Hola, members of the Ligo. Your commish speaking. Pretty much done with the early on games of week one. Just the one to go tonight primarily, as well as a couple tomorrow evening. Doing a little just slight recap, nothing major. Just checking in. Surprised at some performances today. Um, Not unhappy, not happy overall. Happy with my team. I'm impressed with my bet that I'm about to win with Derek Roberta as well. I am also impressed with the Pink Gorillas and Derek Mostrom's team having a real battle, actually. Not impressed with the Swedish Assassin so far. May the Swartz be with you has a legitimate shot of coming back for the victory. So I'm just going to do just a little something, for each game really quick. Just click through the matchups. Um, just because mine's at the top. Myself and Jason, I believe I'm going to be able to pull away from him. He still has Randall and Woodhead remaining, while I have Michael Floyd, Arizona, Julius Thomas, Reggie Wayne, and Monte Ball. Right now, I am up on him about 15 points. So he needs two guys to outscore my four studs. By quite a bit of points. Um, Game time performers, big time performers so far for me: AJ Green, Le'Veon Bell, and Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan, I was laying out on the trade block all summer. Nobody wanted him. Thought he cost too much. Didn't think he was the same quarterback anymore. Look at him now. He is now the Atlanta Falcons all-time single game passing leader when it refers to yards in one game. 430 something, I believe. So thank you, Matt Ryan. Thank you, Le'Veon Bell, for a huge game, tons of touches, and AJ Green for your very long touchdown catch where you just burned the defenders and made them look silly. Jason Ferguson's team. It started on Thursday. Marshawn Lynch had me a little worried, a little scared. Luckily, the rest of his team did not follow suit. Sammy Watkins, a little bit of a disappointment for Jason with the early rookie round selection, only 6 points. Foles battled back for 20 today, even though he had, I believe, 0 or negative at halftime. And Dennis Pitta had 15 targets. 15. He did have 10 catches, but also ended up with 18.3 points. So it could have been a bigger game, but 15 targets is huge. Congratulations, Jason. I think you got a winner. Also, Hawkins had 10 targets out of Cleveland as well. So I think I'm going to finish this game up with a victory. So on to the next one. We have the Vinegar Strokes and Roger Strong. Badia cheats. Roger's already trying to throw in the towel. Week one, trying to take notes from Derek, Laurie, and Alberta. Not starting a quarterback. If Newton's out for any period of time, he's not going to have a quarterback. Week one, week two, these guys aren't going to play. Anyways, he's actually winning right now, 73-63. But Eric still has Peyton Manning, Johnson from Detroit, Reggie Bush, Yoik Bill, Ty Hilton. Yeah. And Roger has Sanders, Eddie. I need some Royale, and Adam Vinatieri. So I don't think that 10-point lead is going to stand. Yeah, very long whatsoever. Perhaps if he started a quarterback, they would have had a chance, or Brandon Gibson put up more than 1 point, or Frank Gore put up more than 6. I could also say the same for Jordan Cameron, 6.7. So a disappointing day overall. However, his rookie came up big, 21.2 points, and Johnson had over 20 as well for him for the Jets. Eric, a little disappointing out of Dez Bryant. I know he got jacked early. Only 6 targets, 4 receptions. Patterson, really, besides his one long run, take away that, he didn't do anything. But because he did that, over 21 points, and Nelson started off strong for him on Thursday with 14 targets and 17 points. In the game of the week that I had set up, I had Jared and Andy, with Andy beating them. Jared is now projected to win by 13 points as he's up 20 currently. Jared still has Green, the $50 man from San Diego, coming up. And Andy has Victor Salsa Cruz. I don't think Victor Salsa Cruz is going to pull out a 20-plus point game, and Green's not going to score anything, especially because Gates is questionable at this point. Basically, Jared can thank a couple people for his win. He can thank Mr. Matt Forte from Forte Yard Dash last year. Huge game. Brandon Cooks, maybe the Rookie of the Year so far after week 1. A lot of people are saying it. Maybe I made a mistake passing on him. 22. Marshall at 19 as he was catching everything thrown his way, well, even while injured since Jeffrey was out too. And Kaepernick, solid performance with 21. Look at these people. Jared has half my old team, and nobody likes to trade with me. My old team had 21 Kaepernick, Forte or Dash 25. That's need I say more. However, Ben Tate, this is going to hurt him. He's probably going to be out for a while. For Andy, Romo, completely disappointing, disgusted. Adrian Peterson, disappointing, disgusted. Doug Martin, I saw this one coming, 2.6 points. Mr. Gregory Olson, another Forte or Dash player, put up 22. And Mike Wallace with 19. So a couple big performances, but it looks like Jared is going to be the winner out of this one after all said and done. As a side bet, I bet Derek Naberta that he would lose by more than 20 points this week against Scott. Well, he is well on his way. He is now down 42 points, even with a couple of standout performances. He only has Matthew Stafford left, while Scott has Demaryius Thomas and Keenan Allen left. I like my chances. Derek, I can't wait to accept my winnings. Harvin was the best thing that happened to you all week long. After that, Wheaton played great with 15. Perhaps your most disappointing, Mr. Bernard Pierce. Yeah, someone traded him. He got benched today after an early fumble, ended up with minus 0.6 points. Hunter, you're a $36 man who is a king of the world in your mind. 9.3, did not do much. But one guy you did hang out there forever this summer, Jones, did end up with a touchdown and 12 points. For Scott, after an early fumble by DeMarco Murray, he popped back for over 21 points. Giovanni, another former Forte Air Dash player, with 17 points, helped him out too. And his rook, Mr. Lee, out of Jacksonville. Wait a second, did he draft him? Yeah, maybe he did draft him. I don't know what he did. Anyways, he had a good game. 12, and Vereen had 14. Brown led his squad with 22. So just an overall consistent performance from the Dutch Oven in what looks like to be a cakewalk victory. Okay, so the Swedish, why do I have such a hard time saying that? Assassin? And may the swords be with you. Perhaps the biggest surprise of the week thus far. Due in part because Doug had Jeffrey go out after 1/2 of play, and he already had 12 points. Crabtree, disappointing, 4.5 points. Lacey, concussed, 7.5 points. Morris, given way to his fullback for the touchdown, ended up with only 9. So his big players of the game, of the day, were Graham with 16 and also Julio Jones with 16. He has Freeze left from Detroit. He's up 104-69. While Derek still has Phillip Rivers, Malcolm Floyd, and Mr. Fleener out of Indianapolis. So let's root for some big games. Let's root for a big upset here. It's not like Derek's team's really played well, though, either. Let's be honest. Miles Austin, 4 points. D'Angelo Williams was 7. Jason Avant put up 1 point. He can thank Chris Ivory and Gostkowski, along with a little bit of Colston Pierre-Thomas, for even staying close. But if he would have started Lamar Miller, for example, over, I don't know, D'Angelo Williams, that was another 9 points. That would have definitely helped him out in a situation like this. I don't know. It will be very interesting to see what happens in that game, and probably the only game worth paying attention to other than Michael Samuels versus Derek Mostrom. 138-115 right now. Derek's in the lead somehow, some way. I'm impressed, actually. His projected score is a 149. Mike Samuels is 142. Samuel still has Fitzgerald and Golden Tate left, while Derek has Ryan Matthews remaining. This could actually be an upset. Mike Samuels could win a game this year. I just wanted that to sink in for 1 second there, just for everybody. Due in large part to Mark Ingram, stolen from me last year. I had a legal pickup, broke my own rules, could have had him, but he had 19 points. Jennings and his 74-year-old body today put up 18. Thank you for that touchdown, he says. And Bryant from Atlanta, the kicker, 21 points. Moreno coming out of nowhere for 19. Perhaps if he, I don't know, went out to put Mike Williams in the game, who only had 5.6 points, and started Anthony Fasado, who he just picked up, started Sean Green, started basically almost anybody else in his team, he could have been a little bit better off there. Also, if he would have got a little bit of guts and put in Roethlisberger or Flacco or Manuel over Aaron Rodgers, he would be a lot closer too, because Rodgers played horrible. For Derek Mostrom's team, Bolden still trucking away, 18 points at a big game. Cutler, even though he threw a few interceptions, ended up with 24. Johnson, 15. Marcellus Bennett, huge game with 21. They had to look to him because Jeffrey and Marshall were both injured. And with the dual tight end attack, Zach Ertz with 16.7 points. Zach Stacy, perhaps his biggest disappointment of the day, at 6.1. So, like I said, just a little slight recap just because I wanted to go over everybody's teams. Really, it's just those last two games are really worth looking at after this point. I think we have the Week 1 victories pretty much mapped out. Starting to look forward to Week 2 already myself, into those matchups where I play the Dutch Oven. So getting ready. Get ready, Scott. Hopefully you're feeling like a stud. All right. Alshon, injured, hamstring, says out. Peace.